Okay. Hello.
Hello, I think we're live.
Are we live?
Martin said in the chat.
Apologies about that, everyone. Hello and welcome along to round 8 here in Spain of the VDRL season. Bit of a shocker joining straight away. Thankfully, we're all here. Welcome along. I'm joined alongside Nedzo, and we will have Yale joining in soon in quali. Nedzo, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling right. I've literally just got back from uni. I spent the entire day putting together a university project that's got to be due in about a week's time. So yeah.
I mean, let's talk about last race. Obviously, the quali is the debrief, isn't it? That's what we usually call it.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about last race. That was something else, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember which circuit we were at and what I can remember because I always forget when it comes to.
Yeah.
Oh, Imola, when I'm trying to think, was there some sort of wet weather? And
yeah, all I remember is the big controversy at the end of the race where Kevin and Ruben actually had the big crash.
Yes, I remember that now.
Yeah, that was something else. I've never seen such a big last lap drama, and as you were saying actually before, you'd never really seen two, champion like contenders fighting and coming to colliding with each other. So let me know about your thoughts through that, as in talk us through that.
Well, obviously, VDRL doesn't have a history of Tata rivals colliding. I assume it's because we have sensible racing rules, unlike real-life Formula 1. Obviously, we've seen lots of real-life drivers in the past couple of years, especially, crash into each other because they're all lemons. But, as you know, the standard of VDRL driving standards is better than real-life Formula 1.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, that was one of the best races I've ever watched. It got a bit too, it was quite an interesting race at the beginning because it was kind of all fizzled out with the DRS and all like that. The DRS train, really, that's the big one. And that's obviously what occurs for most of the race. But we did have some good racing action alongside down with Nico's son and all the other drivers, actually. It was about a 4 or 5 way battle for lead. But the man to talk about, if he is in here today, is Tiaz. Is Tiaz in this race today?
Yes, he is in the Williams.
He is in the Williams. So we've seen him in Williams. We've seen him perform well in Doha, wasn't it? In Qatar. So,
but that circuit's not in Doha, it's in Lusail.
Lusail, there we go. So I'll just say Qatar, make it easier.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a performance from him as well. He was P14, wasn't he? After throwing the strategy, that was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's Spain. The track characteristics are actually quite similar. Lots of medium and low speed corners, same as Qatar. I suppose Qatar has more high speed, but they're both testing tracks, so yeah.
It is interesting. Well, let's see if Kevin can get the pole position he wants once again. Well, I'm sure he can. He did it once. Well, he obviously ended his streak in... Was it Canada he ended his streak? After losing Bell. It's the benchmark.
I think as he was known then, Ruben as he's known now, got him.
Yeah, I think he did do on that time. And Tiaz, the man we expect to be up at the top at 1:11.3, ladies and gentlemen. He has set the fastest lap, and Kevin knows he's under pressure from this, and we'll try and fly back. But we still have lots of time throughout the rest of the session, so there's lots of time for places to be made up. Bradley has not beaten a lap at all. Bradley was actually up at the front for all the other bits. During the fight for the in the rest of the season, really.
He's got a quali ban.
He's got a quali ban now. Okay.
Yes.
Is that from instant or is that?
That's from last week, I believe. I don't know, something last week. It'll be some sort of accumulation of penalty points. I don't think I remember him being involved in any major incidents last week, so it'll be something like, I don't know, an unsafe rejoin or something. So something minuscule. Because if we hadn't seen it last week, then we won't have seen what actually happened. But I'll tell you who else is up at the front. Stay Daisy. I remember that name from a couple of seasons ago, and they seem to have returned.
Oh, see, that's a shock for me. I've not seen Stay Daisy before, so that would be an interesting, newcomer to the front, and that's what we like to see and we will be promoting. So, if you do want to join these drivers on the grid, please join our socials. We have got Discord, YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Please don't be afraid and subscribe to them, and you'll be able to hear us with daily racing actually. And we're really not far away from the end of the season, are we? We've only got around, I think, 2 rounds left. Is it? It's something like that. So, yeah, well, the championship. Actually, that's another thing to talk about today. Where was it earlier? We were reminded about the Alpines. This could be the round that they could become the constructors champion. All they really need to do is just outscore Kevin and Timo together, and they will be crowned the VDRL Season 8 Constructors Championship. The Constructors Champion, sorry. I'm convinced they'll do it. I mean, Nedved, what are your thoughts?
I mean, well, all I can say is that they're definitely doing better than what Alpine are in real life, considering what's happened with them in the last couple of days with Oliver Oaks and Jack Doohan and people like that. But yeah, I mean, they've got a competent duo of Ruben and Toro. Obviously, Ruben at his home track this weekend. It's not really a weekend; it's this Friday. But then you could argue there's a lot of other what's it called? Look in the air for other drivers. We've got Ruben's home race and Tiaz, who we were mentioning earlier. The last time that a Williams in real life appeared on the top step of the Formula 1 podium was here in 2012.
That is, well, that's another thing as well. I'll be back for a minute. I'm just going to have to restart the computer. There's just a bit of lag. So Naz, would you take it away for the minute? I will be back in literally 2 minutes' time. So I'll see you then.
Yeah, absolutely. So that gives me perfect opportunity to glaze past Maldonado, the driver we were just mentioning, was the last driver to appear on the top step of the podium for Williams. And well, Tiaz obviously currently on pole position. He inherited pole position in real life from Lewis Hamilton after Hamilton was found to have not enough fuel to get back to the pits after qualifying that year. And then he went on to win, and Maldonado went on to win his only ever Formula 1 race in an amazing drive where he managed to beat Fernando Alonso in a slower car. So yeah, that was good from him. I'm not sure who Martin's on board with at the moment, but I'm personally on board with Kevin because he's currently sending it through the first sector. Currently 2/10 off of pole position, taking that tight line through turn 3 up towards the first sector split. And 0.003 of a second up he is on the sector 1 time, and now into turn 5 here. Tricky little braking zone. Probably one of the slowest corners, if not the slowest corner on the circuit. Now that since turn 10 has been revamped in previous years, and now the tricky turn 9 corner, Campsa. It used to be really tricky, but now it seems that it's flat out for other drivers, which is a bit naff. I can't lie. He is at 0.051 seconds up. That is enough to take him into second place at the moment because he's only 0.003 off of Ruben, but he's still got a lot of time to Tiaz because the gaps at the top of VDRL have gotten closer and closer over the seasons, and 2/10 is now a gaping chasm really. Kevin goes second, but he's still a 10th off. He's kind of bridged the gap between Tiaz and Ruben, that one. We've also got, it seems, a new driver, Ryan Clemison, or Clemison. I'm just going to quickly check what nationality he is so I can get the correct. Oh, he's British. So I'm assuming it's Clemison. Currently sitting in 6th place. Timo, very close to the front compared to his usual stand. He's usually about a second off, but he's only half a second off. Season 1 champion seems to have stepped his game up. Toro, very low down the pack. Even half a second off of the pole position time. That is quite considerable. He's only a 10th faster than Vastus. And we know that he's not the greatest driver in the world. Nico Sun is going wide off the exit of turn 4. I'm not sure if that was an intentional move or if he didn't mean to do that. But let's see who else is on. I think Kevin's on a flyer. Or he's going to come into the pits. Yeah, he's into the pit lane now. And, yep, So let's see who else is out on circuit on a flyer. More importantly, Nilu's coming down towards turn 1. Breaks just about the 50-meter board. Doesn't hit the inside curbs too heavily. Just manages to get the car turned through the corner. And straight lines turn 3 is what I used to call the slimming world line, where you take off all the fat off the inside of the corner. And that's 0.019 seconds, sorry, 0.019 seconds faster than his previous lap. A little bit of a wobble through turn 5 there. I would have lost him about a tenth, I believe. But he's anyway at a purple first sector. I'm not sure how much I want to believe that. But he said he had a purple first sector there. Flat and confident through Campsa. That car's clearly planted. He just made a little mistake there through the previous corner. He's still 38 thousandths on his lap, so that gives him, that should give him confidence for the final run, that there is that time still to edge out. He just seems a bit tentative with the steering, especially. He had 3 stabs at that corner throughout that long right-hander, and now onto the main straight he comes. What's it going to be for Nilu? A 1/10 improvement up to 4th place, only a couple of hundredths off of Rajic, or Ruben, sorry, should I say. Tias is also on a lap, it seems, using overtake coming out of turn 5. Now he's going to chuck it into the left-right chicane, onto Campsite, and then the back straight. Obviously, this used to be, you saw the little, you might have seen the little runoff on the left-hand side there. That used to be an actual chicane. They used to take that actual chicane, but to improve overtaking, they removed it. I think it was in the early 90s, because obviously it came onto the calendar in 1991. They might have removed it after only a couple of years. But Tias is making his way through the final few corners now. Can Tias set the lap that will put him even further onto provisional pole position? Yes, he can. A 1:11.1.
And
okay.
Tias puts himself to the top of the table. 1:11.1. I'm back, gentlemen. Sorry about that. Just had to run up there in the computer whilst I just get it sorted in quali. But Tias, as you say, that is 1:11.1. He's to the top of the tables. Kevin just watching out behind. He's on an outlap, but can he do it in time? Nilu, a familiar face, up at the front in 4th, and Ruben in 3rd. But the shock of the day is Toro in 11th, but we know he's got the pace. He's currently sat in the pits lane at the moment, just waiting to go out for the last minute. So that's whether he can put out a decent lap time. I'm sure he will. He's left the session, so is that a disconnect?
I believe so. Electricity issues.
That's the 3rd time in a row Toro has been affected, and that really has dropped him. I don't know where he is now in the championship, actually. I don't know,
but I'll tell you what, he should drive for Williams, because they have Duracell sponsorship. They can give him some batteries.
They're going to say that would probably help him out quite a bit, wouldn't it? But that's quite good, actually. But you know, it's going to be interesting whether if he will be back in for the race. Look at that. So Kevin is really trying to push the cars to the limit. I think he's just coming up to the end of Sector 2 soon. So he's absolutely throttling it now through into turn 9. It's a DRS straight here. There's 2 DRS straights along here, and this is a critical one, and dive bombs we can expect into turn 10 hopefully during the race. And he's got purple Sector 2. He's up on his time. He's looking for a provisional pole position. It's going to be exciting to see if he can keep his streak once again. He's done it before in Imola, and he did it before I'm trying to remember where we were before that. Qatar. He did it there as well. So here he comes. Oh no, actually no, Tia's got pole. But anyway, Kevin, here he comes out up to the line. What's he going to be? It's not enough, actually. Not enough to beat Tiaz. So Tiaz is going to be celebrating the car.
It wasn't going to be. It was only a 10th up after the second sector, and you're not going to gain, what, 3 tenths in the final sector unless you're absolutely like on something. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be a pole position lap time. But Stade Daisy, I don't think they're on a lap. They were 1.3 seconds down on their previous time. But yeah, Toto's had some issues. At least we are mimicking real life Formula 1, where the lead driver of the Constructors' Champions, or the impending Constructors' Champions, sorry, the second driver of the Constructors' Champions, is doing awfully. We've had it with Perez, we've had it with Bottas, and we've had it with many drivers in the last couple of years.
That is interesting, actually, and we've got a new driver as well in the RB, Osman there. Osman is starting a lap now. This is Nilu's teammate, so high expectations for these guys, as Nilu is always up a front runner. Can his teammate do the same? Into turn 1 he comes now, and he's going to get hopefully a good exit of the corner. You don't really want to run over the curves because they are humongous curves, and here in turn 3, you really can run wide and it can really ruin your lap time. Slow car on the right-hand side. I believe that was Tiaz actually on an outlet. Oh, it would be Tiaz on the outlet because Bradley has got a quality ban. Anyway, back on board now, and Osman there coming now into turn 5. Going to stay tight. Back on the throttle once again, using all of his battery. He actually hasn't got much battery left, but he's coming now, hopefully soon, to the end of sector 2. Where's this going to be? Well, in wise, I don't know what's happening with my computer here. But here he comes now, up to the end of sector 2. He's not gone purple, and he's 2 tenths down in his lap, so he's not looking strong. But can he be up in the top 10? That'll be the interesting part. Here he comes now, coming round. Where are we? We're coming to the last 13. He's already aborted his lap, so obviously it wasn't enough. Diaz, once again, he goes again strong. Neto, can we expect to see him up at the front? I mean, pole position. Do you think it's going to be his?
Yes, I mean, he's got 2 attempts on the next fastest guy who's known to be a very big quali merchant. So I think he's got this pretty much in the bag. I'd just like to point out, by the way, that Osman, he is a driver. He's not a new driver. I'm doing my stat sheet, and I'm at season 5, which is obviously quite a few seasons away from where we are now. And he's had like 10 or 20 starts, so he's actually quite a bit of not an OG per se, but he's definitely doing well. Tiaz is 1,000th down this time. Those are the margins we're dealing with Tiaz. He's clearly confident around these circuits that are very corner heavy and very driver dependent. These corners where you have to string sections together. There's hardly any corners on this circuit where they're just on their own. So he's clearly got the ability to go with his confidence. And now 84 thousandths. I told you he was going to keep getting better, and I told you he was going to put even more of a margin between him and the rest of the field. If he can go into the 1 minute 10s, I wouldn't be surprised here.
Yeah, I think that'll be very interesting. Here he comes now into turn 13. He's only got a few corners left. Is it going to be a fast enough lap time to keep his pole position? Kevin is on an outlap at this time. We haven't got left long of qualifying, but here he comes now, 1:11.0. He's done it. Provisional pole position so far. It doesn't look like he's going to try it further. We've got 1 minute 30 left in the session. All eyes on Kevin. All eyes on the rest of the grid. We've got Stupid Daisy. Sorry, not Stupid. So Daisy there. Daisy is keeping an eye now as well, being up at the front. Nilu and Nico-san as well. Ryan as well. Who have we got? Timo. So we've got to keep an eye on the Red Bulls and both the Alpines. But with Toro's disconnect, it might not look strong. And Ruben may have to keep up the strong points. But on board with Ruben now. Is he going to be a purple sector 2? It is. He is a 10th actually up on his lap already. So, and as I said, he's lost the rear and completely mucked up his lap. He was so quick, but already ruined it. Kevin starts his lap. No, I don't know if he started his lap now. Is this starting?
Yes, it's starting his lap currently.
Yeah, it is starting his lap. Here it comes now, it's turn 1. He wants his spot position. There's literally 1 minute, I want to say left. Yeah, around 1 minute left of qualifying to go. And Tiaz is under pressure a bit. Who's that going wide? That's one of the Salvers. But he gets out of his waiting time, and Kevin stays ahead. Look at that. He's already up on his time. Literally just enough to stay ahead of Tiaz. But can he keep it up through the whole lap? We've seen Ruben knock it up. Tiaz is comfortable with his lap time. But Kevin is on the hunt for his pole position. He wants once again. We know he's got good race pace. Ruben's retired as well, so Ruben's happy staying in third. That's if not of the other drivers managed to go up ahead. But here he comes now, coming to sector 2, the end of it. And he is purple sector 2. He is that 7,000? Yeah, 7,000 up on his time. So here he comes now, coming into turn 12. Just got to keep it tight. He's literally only got a few corners left. He really can't mark it up through here. That's out through the rest, squirming a bit of the rear, but he seems to be doing okay. Coming up the line now. Where's this going to put him as a provisional pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix? It's not. And what lap time was that? That was a 1 minute 11. 1 minute 11. 11-1. Still not enough. That's still a whole tenth of Tiaz. Tiaz has got the best. Nico-san comes across the line to finish 6th there. And who else are we waiting for? Toro. Toro is back in the car, and he's up on his lap time again. So thankfully Toro's back. And he's making it interesting as well. Hopefully his electricity doesn't die. And this crashes in front with both the Saubers, and it validates Toro's lap. Toro's not going to be happy at all with those two Saubers crashing further from Ramini, putting him off his lap and invalidating it. Where this would have been?
It would have been 5th. Sorry, 6th.
It would have been 5th. There still wouldn't have even been enough to stay up at the front. I mean, 5th is still at the front, but still not in the top 3. So Toro will be kicking himself with that, but we know an angry Toro when he races, and we know he's got the pace, don't we?
Yeah, I wouldn't be an angry Toro. I'll be angry Toro at the Salvas because what are they doing? Like you can't. I know you might. How are you going to come together? Not just as teammates, but in qualifying. You've got to be at a whole other level of stupid driving to crash with a teammate in qualifying at that section especially. Like there's not even any lifting off a brake unless someone's just driving straight into the back of someone else who's on a slowdown lap. That's just monumentally idiotic.
I mean, do you remember that as well with Kevin and one of the Mercedes? I don't think it was Fincher. I'm trying to remember what driver it was, and it ruined Kevin's lap and invalidated it, costing him.
It was one of the Mercedes.
I know it was a Mercedes, but I can't.
No, not Centurio.
No, it wasn't Centurio. It begins with D, wasn't it?
I don't believe so. Hold on, I'll go and have a look on the do the top 10 or whatever while I go and look for that.
No worries. So Tia's pole position 1:11.0. He's set the fastest time ahead on the front row. Kevin second on the grid. He's eager to get past him, but with a 10th behind, it's not looking strong for him. Ruben third, fourth Nilu, fifth Daisy, 6th Nico-san, 7th Ryan, 8th Timo, 9th Remus, 10th Don't Play Zero. Toro rounding out the 11th place there. So after losing out to those, with those Sabres crashed and invalidating his lap time, it really did affect him. And he's now 11th on the grid, 12th Faster, 13th, 13th Lucas, 14th Werner. And I didn't see the rest on there, sadly.
Yeah, I would say that guy was Campbell, by the way.
Campbell, was that it?
Yeah.
He was the one who took him off his lap. 15th Rubini, 16th Osman, 17th Maverick, 18th Dookie, 19th Rana, 20th Bradley with his quali ban. So we are set for a good Grand Prix, aren't we, Nedzo?
I believe so. It's Spain, so there's going to be a lot of more strategy racing than actual racing, I believe. Or if there is going to be passing, it's going to be DRS infused, which you know I absolutely love.
Yeah, the Spanish crowd is always passionate. The sun is out. We are set for an incredible battle. Get ready. It's round 8 and the lights will be getting out soon, hopefully in a moment's time whilst the driver's already up. And I can't wait for this. I'm excited because we know Toro in 11th. All he has to do is outscore, well, the Alpines have to outscore both the Red Bulls in order to be crowned the Constructors' Champion of Season 8 in VDRL. Well, that's moments away now, and here we come to the grid. It's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights, that's going to be go. Great stuff from Kevin. He gets Tiaz off the line. Further back, it looks like Nilu and Ruben. Nilu gets in place ahead of Ruben. And Tiaz still manages to find his way up in front. Covers Kevin off from behind. Nilu looking for a move down the inside, but stays back. It's not enough for him. Side by side with Daisy and Ruben. Ruben is on the inside this time. No, on the outside, mistakenly. And he's going for the move now. It's close. And Nico-san's joining in the fight. It is a huge pack. And look at that. Daisy down the inside of Ruben. Ruben's not liking this at all. It's still side by side now, coming into turn 5. Ruben's got the inside line. Is he going to be enough to hold it? That's going to be the question, and he does. Just in time, he holds it. And Nico-san has taken the opportunity and has now slotted himself higher up the grid and does Daisy there. Daisy does further with Ryan behind now. What a start that was.
Yeah, what a start there. I actually got kicked out of the game for a second there, so I had to kind of see what was going on in front, but it seems that Nilu's making a good jump up to 3rd place, and, well, Tiaz has held his lead. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, that's all he's got to do, and Kevin is all over the back of him, but we've still got 33 laps to go, so anything can happen, as I always say. And Kevin is on the hunt for him now. The DRS train will be starting next lap, not this lap. Tiaz with a 1:17.8, starting with the fastest lap, but, you know, the leader always gets fast one. Tiaz covers the inside line. No, he's not, because it doesn't look like Kevin is going to go for a lunge further back. Is there any more fighting? Nilu's in the fight as well. And Ruben, keep an eye on Toro. Toro is 9th, so he's only got up 2 positions, which is good enough, but he wants to be up at the front. He needs to be ahead of the Red Bulls. He's got Timo in front of him. That's the other part. He's got Timo in front of him. And look at that. That's Ruben all over the back of Nilu. We've seen these two have fights before. Ruben has got the faster pace this time. He's on the medium compound tyres. Actually, all of them are on the medium compound tyres. But here he comes out onto the back of Nilu. Nilu's covering. He wants his third position. He's been third so many times. And he wants that win as well. But he's got to beat Tiaz and he's got to beat Kevin. That's the interesting bit. But here he comes now. Coming along the back straight. DRS open. Now the DRS train starts. But it won't really kick off around this part, will it? Because it's only on the start finish straight.
Well, it's on the back straight, yeah, and it's just going into turn 10. You don't really have much of a run up. It's like the old DRS then they had between Hungary turn 1 and 2. I'm not sure if they still have it even. But yeah, one thing is Toro went by only made up 2 positions on the start, but he's on hards as one of the as Vestas has gone off there. So him having his usual spin. This time it's on lap 3 or lap 2.
Kevin Ferrari off, and Kevin is all over the back of Tiaz. This time Tiaz holding the inside line into turn 1. Nilu looking for an opportunity. That affects him too much. Ruben looks for a switchback here into turn 3, and here he comes now. He's going to look for a lunge. He's eager to get past. He knows he needs to get ahead of Kevin. But Nikos is joining his fight. He drops the gear because he knows getting too close. But look at this, it's a front 4. Ruben has got a better line off the corner. Looking for an outside move, turn 5. Going to go for a switchback. Forces Nilu to lock up and go almost straight on. But Nilu, with an awesome defence, holds him off in time. That was some good defending from him. And Kevin with a lock up as well. And that actually allowed Tiaz to get a bit more of a gap following back. But we have Dookie Monster right at the back of the McLaren. And Piranha and Vasta having the best round in Imola last round. But here we go, focusing onto the front of the grid. Where is it? Tiaz, he's still absolutely amazingly staying ahead. Nilu is now putting pressure on Kevin. So that's another interesting part as well. But Nikos is looking, he's a waiter, isn't he? Him and Nilu are really the ones waiting, but this time it's Nilu attacking. And Nilu was a bit scrummy out that last corner. Nikos has got the DRS, but here comes Ruben. Ruben's got the better line out of the corner, and here he comes, he's looking for a move down the inside. Is it going to be enough? Looking for Kevin as well. Is he going to do the move down the inside of Tiaz? No, he's not. Both of them almost went for it, but they didn't keep that one ahead. And a snap of the rear there from Ruben. Not Ruben, Tiaz. God, I'm keep backing this up. Nilu almost losing it, and who's that? Nikos looking for a move on Ruben. Ruben under pressure, and Nikos backs out, but Ruben runs wide. Yeah, out of turn 4. It's getting interesting, but I don't think he can keep it this time.
Yeah, it seems that these guys are getting quite leery up at the front. They've got a lot of moves to try and make, and well, Ruben is not managing to get past Nilu. It's all about, because the DRS isn't too powerful, which I love, it means that drivers, especially when you're in that train, it just means you have to try and push the other guy into a mistake, because there aren't many corners where you can properly make a move. Like there are sections where you have to string together entire like sequences of an overtake or an under kind of situation, and the guys with good racecraft will be able to do that. It's just when you're so close in terms of pace, when it's literally a tenth maybe separating the drivers in terms of pace, it's almost impossible. And when you've got a DRS train from the leader that goes back to 11th place, it makes it even harder. As the Aston Martins, I think, are going to switch places.
Yeah, I think and also here's for the lead as well. Kevin takes the lead on lap 5 here in Spain with absolute dominance there and runs off ahead. But is it going to be enough for him to stay ahead of Tiaz for the next DRS? That's going to be interesting. But Nilu as well is, I don't know what the gap is. Oh yeah, I do know what the gap is. It's 5 tenths. But that is a big pack there. That is still the leading pack, but I think it's all going back from P1 all the way back to P6. I don't know whereabouts is Ryan. Ryan's 3 tenths off, so for a tiny bit, and he's you can actually see him in the mirrors of Daisy there. But that'd be interesting if we can keep that up enough. And yeah, it's right in the mirrors, and it's actually quite a long pack, isn't it? And Timo is still staying ahead of Toro. Toro still not showing his true potential yet. Nezo, can we see him, later in the race show his potential, with his tyres, or, we'll find a way?
Oh, he doesn't need to show his potential at the moment. Like, yes, you might want to get past guys like Timo, because Timo will basically be a pawn for Kevin to basically deploy as like a mobile chicane to throw at Toro. So maybe he wants to get by him. But at the end of the day, he's maybe 2-3 seconds off the lead on the more longevity tyres. So if he can just get carried along by the other guys, then maybe that'll work. But Ruben's going for the move on Nilu here, and I think this could be him claiming the inside here and forcing him all the way wide. And yep, he's done that exactly.
Oh, Nilo's not enough, but Nico-san's taking that opportunity because he saw Nilo got affected off the racing line, but Nilo still stays ahead, and we've seen these two fight before, Nilo and Nico-san, but Ruben slots himself up into third position. Nilo not going to be happy with that, side by side with Toro and Timo. Toro doesn't get enough grip, and Timo stays ahead. And that is not looking strong for Toro from that one. He is on the hard compound tyres, so we know he's just got the waiting game. And we know Toro is more than capable of running up ahead. But he knows he needs to be ahead of these Red Bulls. And he knows he needs to be up at that front, fighting with Kevin. But Kevin, with a 3/10 lead now, looking kind of strong. But remember, we've got Tiaz as well, who has got the extraordinary pace. And Toro is really trying to close that gap as quickly as he can. It's not looking too strong for him. And I mean, what's this? This is going all the way back to P8, P9, I want to say, this front battle, which is incredible. I don't think we've had this big of a gap before.
Yeah, the DRS trend stretches outside the points. As one of the guys at the biggest front. Yeah, that's
Remus. Remus, who did a last... That's why I was shocked. He did a last to fourth, actually, in Imola, which was amazing, and has now dropped himself all the way back. Remus is now 15th and will be dropping further back after somehow going off at turn 13. So that slows up the pack a bit, but it's not really a safety car. No one really gets backed up. You just got to keep your delta positive.
Yeah.
But can Tiaz do that as well? And obviously notwithstanding the penalty, but Ruben is hungry. Ruben is very hungry to just get ahead of him. But we know Tiaz is a quiet fighter and he likes to stay ahead most of the time. But here he comes now. Sorry, here we go. So the virtual chase car should be ending any moment soon. Well, anytime soon, hopefully. And we can expect to see Kevin run away. But Tiaz does get some good restarts sometimes as well. But remember when we saw Ruben and Kevin both have the biggest fight in... I don't know if it was VDRL history. But in Season 8 history, let's just say that. But here we go. On a drive-through penalty, he was speeding. His delta was not positive. But everyone else seems to be fine. Kevin seems to have got the better restart. And Tiaz trying to stay in behind this time. Is it going to be enough this time? DRS wide open for him. Is it going to be a dive for the inside? Well, that's the interesting bit. I don't think it will be. No, he just stays back and he's waiting. Actually, no, he was looking down the inside. I just couldn't see, sorry. But he still stays back and that's actually going to put him off the racing line a bit. And that's giving Ruben even more of an opportunity. He's right in the back of him this time. But Diaz covers the inside line. He knows Ruben is wanting this move, but down the inside. Has he got it? No, he hasn't. And he's really trying to defend him, isn't he, Neto?
He is really trying to defend him. I'm trying to get into the lobby. That invite that you just saw is me trying to get into the lobby, but it seems that the invite has gone disappearing. This is very strange. Anyway, let me get back to the commentary. I'm going to get back on the stream. I think I might just get on the stream. Give us a sec.
And Tiaz is up at the front now. He's still trying to fight with Kevin, but we know he's got pressure from Ruben as well. I'm just having the breaks just to get some water in my throat. It goes so dry after just doing a tiny bit of commentary. Anyway, yeah, Tiaz is under a lot of pressure from Ruben. Ruben's got the pace. He's just got to wait for the DRS opportunity, but Tiaz will have the DRS. But this is allowing Kevin to get an even longer gap in the lead. Who can we expect to be out on top? Well, that's a question for the end of the race. Here he comes now onto the back straight, and DRS wide open now. The DRS train is back, and it's got a big train this time. But here he comes now. Ruben's got the inside line. Both got DRS, and he's not looking. Tiaz is also looking down the inside into turn one. Ruben's watching as well. Tiaz down the inside fighting with Ruben. Ruben on the outside, in the inside now. Now, here he comes on the outside into turn three. Tiaz holds the inside line. Ruben's getting the better of the corner. Here he comes now, and Ruben lagging a bit there, but Tiaz just drops back. Actually, you could hear him go off the throttle, and Ruben slots into B2 in lap 9. And that was an awesome overtake there. You could see he really wasn't giving that one up, was he?
He really wasn't giving up because it's all about track position here in Spain. It's all about being second, essentially, until the last moment. And, well, Tiaz isn't in that. You could see he was burning that AOS to try and stay in front, but he just couldn't get it done. If I was him, I'd turn an unorthodox move into somewhere like turn 10 and just catch Rajic off or just catch Ruben off guard, personally. Or you could, I don't know, just go for a boring turn 1 move. But now Kevin's under massive threat from the guys behind, and that's Nilu in 6th place now. He seems to be falling down the pack now. Not exactly sure what's going on with him, but It's his transponder going awry because he's down to 7th now without when we haven't seen. Oh no, because Ryan he's inside the Haas. He's inside the ass of Ryan Clemison now.
And nearly looking for a move down the inside this time for Ryan, but he doesn't look at this time, and that's allowing Toro. Toro's now up at the front with these guys. He's joining in. We know he's got the overtaking pace. He's all over him. Nilu comes to the inside line. That's actually affected it with the opposite there. But here he comes. And Nilu covers the inside line, locks up the front right. We said, look at that. Ryan also squaring the rear as well. The grip levels really aren't there. Remember, Toro is the only man in this pack, I think, with the hard compound tyres. But the fact he's keeping up with immediate tyre runners is something else as well. And we know he can go for a longer stint and hopefully stay ahead of these guys and go up to the quicker tyres after. But that is a virtual safety car because that is Frana. Frana somehow crashed on turn 14 and is done there. Thankfully, it wasn't a full safety car. I wonder how he's done that.
Well, it's Frana there, so you're going to get, to be honest. You don't know whether you're going to get a crash on lap 10 or a crash on lap 37, even though there's not lap 37 in this race. But you get what I mean. This is going to be an interesting race to see. And that will lead us in. That's Ruben into the pits. Everyone's
Ruben's taking. Wow, so Ruben is taking the gamble. So is everyone else. Is Toro? No, Toro won't be in the pit lane, will he?
He is.
Is he in the pit lane? He is. He's in the pit lane as well as Yellow, joins us in the commentary box. But Yellow, we have just got another virtual safety car. We've had 2 virtual safety cars so far. Now on to the second one. And it's getting interesting. Ruben has taken the lead. And where is Kevin? He's 3rd at the moment. And Tia's 2nd. So it is getting interesting.
Well, I joined this and I just see more than pretty much the entire grid in the pit line then. Lap 11, so I guess it makes sense with the pit window then, medium to hards. It fits pretty much perfectly. But what's happened in the race up until then? Who at pole position? Was it Kevin again? Let me. I might be able to do some maths in that.
It was in fact.
Yes.
It was Tiaz. Tiaz was the man who put it on pole position, 10th ahead of Kevin. And Kevin, which was very interesting actually. For those 2 to be up the front. I'm trying to remember the rest of the grid we had. Toro got invalidated coming up into turn 13 with both the saboteurs crashed. So he had to invalidate his lap time there after going off. And that is what threw him into P11. Is that, sorry?
Ryan Clemison just went into the wall of the safety car off the exit at turn 5. I think he might have wing damage.
I think he does.
We're on him right now. Let's see
if we can see it.
It's the Haas.
Where is he? There he is. Is it that front left?
Front left end plate's gone. Front left end plate is
there we go.
There. Right there you see it,
there
ladies and gentlemen.
He has got the damage this time. So we are on the safety car. I thought it was virtual safety car as I said here, but the game lags a bit. But we are... so that's why everyone took the gamble. I was wondering if they were going to do it on a virtual safety car, but they took it on the safety car.
Yeah. Just a quick one. Please like the stream and subscribe. And make sure to click the bell notification so you never miss when VDRL are live. Of course, you guys know the time. 7 p.m. UK... 6 p.m. UK time. 7 p.m. Central European time, I believe it's called. We race on Fridays. Join the Discord if you want to become a commentator. Join Will, Nedzo, and I in the commentary box. Become a steward, race, or just annoy people. Feel free to join the Discord and follow our other socials, TikTok and Instagram at VD Racing League or just VDRL, where you can actually vote for overtake of the week or overtake of the day. I actually don't know what it's called, but you can vote for it on the socials.
Whatever take a week.
Gale, do you remember in Netherlands you were asking the question because we usually have our questions, don't we, in safety car periods after the promotion? Our fun with our questions. I'm trying to remember what you asked last time. What was it?
Oh,
was it
no.
That was the OG. It was last season here at Spain where you asked me that question for the first time.
I remember I was going to ask it, then the safety car came in.
Think of one.
Favorite type of sunscreen?
What the flipping hell, dude?
Okay, wait, hold up. Let me come up with
maybe an easier one. Let's go a bit easier.
That's why everyone's on. That's why everyone's on heroin at the moment, because one of the Mercedes has just gone on the glass into safety car as well as it is in the slab.
Okay, so never mind. I came up with the favorite type of toothpaste.
A Colgate.
Stuff that cleans your teeth.
Yeah, well,
Anyway.
hopefully it does.
We are now about to get racing again, Martin. If we can go on board with Tias then. Tias, who was in pole position then, with Kevin alongside him, has now slipped down along with Kevin. But now, can he make it up on the safety car restart? He waits for Ruben to go. Ruben will probably go after the final corner. It is quite a long straight then, so if Tias gets a good run, manages to stay in the slipstream, he might have a go going into the turns 1 and 2 chicane then. We see, when will Alpine go then? His teammate down in P8 currently, who's made up 3 positions. And I think he has gone. Yes, he has. Tias struggling with the rear end coming out of the final corner, but now we are racing again and already using a lot of battery to try and close up. It is very laggy then, but I think Tias is going to have a look. He pulls out of the slipstream very early then. He's absolutely draining the battery down the inside. They go double lockup on the front right for those two. Kevin looking for the switchback then, right to left. Tias cannot get the lead then. Can Kevin move up into P2 and start attacking his rival? No, he'll have to sit back for now. The top 3 remain unchanged. Kevin very late on the brakes going into turn 4 there. Flashes from the Mercedes contact there all those years ago. Now further behind, the Nicholson is looking to get involved as well, and this is what Nicholson does. He just sits behind, gets a good exit, and boom, he's there. He's also looking good on the battery side, unlike Tias, who used a lot of battery then. He did pull out of the slipstream quite early from Ruben though, so that's very surprising then. But I think that might be due to lag anyway. Right up to the track limits there.
And it's getting interesting now because Tias is really trying to catch on to the back of Ruben, but we know Ruben has got the pace as well. Kevin just sitting in behind. He almost went for a move because Tias was unsettled by the car as he wasn't on the racing line. But we come up now to the back straight, and the DRS train is not starting yet, is it? Because we've been on safety car conditions.
Next
got
up,
another lap.
and there you go.
Here we go, as I say that, it is back on again. So we'll be expecting that after that, but as I say that, Tias is now looking on the back of Ruben. Ruben under pressure, trying to force him off, but it's not enough. And Toro goes ahead of Daisy there as well. So Toro gave the position. He knows he needs to be ahead of the Red Bulls. He's already ahead of one. He's trying to catch the other one, but he's got Nicholson in between.
Well, it is oh so close, and I saw Tias, he went down to none going into turn 1, but now Nicholson, what an exit out of turn 4, taking a very tight line. He now needs to go all the way around the outside of turn 5, then snapping the rear end out on the exit, still side by side. Kevin manages just to stay ahead, but this is costing Kevin battery, which he needs for the fight for the lead, as he goes deep then, and I think, yeah, the Haas has retired out on track then, so he hasn't crashed, and that would be Ryan who actually, yeah, hit his front wing under the safe car then, but I think Tias is still going to sit behind for now. Yes, he does. They're all just charging their battery now, it seems like, as Toto moving up once again. He's now in P5, but those mediums, Nedzo, can those go another 20 laps?
Yeah, I was about to say, because you were talking about his overtakes, but then I was like, he's on the medium tyres. I don't know if he's going to be able to. It's, I've left the session again, this stupid game.
Well, now's a great time to say that F125 is on discount on Steam.
As you say that, Tias takes the lead once again, ahead of Ruben this time. He got the DRS, and the DRS train worked this time, didn't it? And Tias slots into the lead of the race on lap 15. But Ruben is eager to get ahead once again. All that fighting with Kevin and Nicholson has allowed Toro to catch up, and it's now 2/10 the gap in between them. So that DRS will come in crucial on the exit of turn 9. But look at that, Nicholson really getting a bit wide, not finding, well, I think he almost went into the back of Kevin trying to avoid contact. But look at that, Toro right up the back of him. DRS is starting now. Here it comes. Nicholson has got DRS, but who's going to get better out to the corner? Yellow flag sector 2. That is Timo. Timo is out of the race, and he's crashed. So that's a safety car again, and we are back under safety car conditions, and that is on the exit of turn 8.
He's lost it. He's lost the back end, I assume, off the back of that corner. I tell you, this is going to help. It's going to be Toro, because he can just strap on a set of mediums and go to the end.
If he has another set, then we'll see what he does. He might stay out, you know, as there's overtaking under the safe car, Will. They don't want to stop racing now, do they? How's it looking in the pit lane? I think that Mercedes is jumping in. Yes, Daisy is jumping in then on the hard, so I'm assuming he's going to swap over to the mediums then. But still, it's a fairly long distance for the mediums to go. Because there are some corners here. We're coming up to one now. Turn 3, tire killer, right? That front left is going to be dead, right? Because you need to go flat out through there, Will. Because otherwise you lose so much lap time. As now, Ruben, and not anticipating that the safe car is going that slowly, overtakes TS for a brief moment. But also the final corner and the second to last corner. And I think that's turn 9 before the second DRS straight. All of those are putting so much load on the front left tires that the mediums, I mean, 16 laps now, a couple on the safe car. It's going to be close as Don't Play Zero has retired. Has he crashed or has he given up? It is.
Crashed. I think he did manage to crash somehow.
We can't see his car.
I saw a ghosted car in the middle of the pack, so I assume he's retired. I don't know why he's retired in the menu, but I will just say, by the way, to your point on long corners and stuff like that, I think Spain isn't really a problem for that. I think obviously there are certain circuits where tyre wear comes into play, like the Netherlands, for example, but they're like the short, sharp but fast corners. These are more sustained and long, so I think the tyre wear will actually be somewhat fine. Because you don't scrub the tyres anywhere near as much as other places around the calendar, and also Stay Daisy. The reason why they came in for me because they also had wing damage. They got it on the safety car.
Right. What you're saying is that tyre wear won't be a problem or temperatures.
I don't think it won't be a problem, but it won't be as big of a problem as you're saying. I think they will get mediums to the end, and it won't be super difficult. That's why I'm surprised that Toro didn't come in.
Right.
And that is interesting because, as you were saying as well, sorry, LA, about the grip on the tyres, turn 3, that is the killer, and that's what we've seen. You know, if you're unsettled from turn 2, really you're properly fighting with the guy behind because he's managed to get the better exit, and we've seen that as well when I think it was Nilu who's in 6th at the moment. Nilu got unsettled a bit and allowed Ruben to just scrape ahead. They were still side by side, but Ruben still managed to do that. Hannon there has joined the session, but I don't think he was kind of good anyway.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So that is them done, or I don't know. But hopefully there's not long left this safety car period. So far it's looking good for Alpine, isn't it?
I mean, this season has been Alpine, and if I'm not wrong, they can wrap up the constructors here if they outscore Red Bull by, was it 8 points? I think it was 8 points if I remember correctly now.
Let me check for you.
Anyway, with Timo out of it, right, they really only need to finish ahead of Kevin and the second one in the points, and they've really got it. Unless Kevin wins and both of them finish outside the top 5 or top 3.
5 points.
Yeah. So a win is a win, and that's enough, right? P2 and P3, that's enough.
If they get P2, P3, we can confirm. And here we go. The restart is among us now, and look at Nico-san really warming up those tyres, trying to get the max temperature he can in order to get a good restart. But over to you, Yale.
Here we go then. This time it's the Williams leading the way, and he's now the chased instead of the chaser then. As once again, Martin, if we can go on board with the man in P2, which is Ruben, the championship leader, then I do believe, yeah, after last round, he should be the championship leader.
16, I think, points between those two, which is even more interesting. But
well, they're on their way, and look at this. Once again, instead of the Williams using battery, it's the Alpine Ruben. Then he's looking right, looking left. He's gonna. I thought he had to look to the inside, but he's gonna turn his battery down to none. So just waiting until the DRS a bit deep going into turn 1, then unsettles the car a bit then, but Kevin nowhere near within striking range then, as looking at Toto behind as well, looking to close up on Nico-san through this turn 3, turn 4 section, and this is where the new tires should show their wealth and show what they're made of. But once again, Nico-san getting a great run out of turn 4, Kevin squeezing him all the way to the outside. Now Nico-san's going to try the switch back, then try and get a better exit. Towards 10-6 they go now, but Kevin just staying ahead by the skin of his teeth then. And it is so close between not only the top 2, but also these 3. Toto trying to get by on these mediums. He needs a good run out of turn 9 then, and I think he's gotten just that then. But once again, Nico-san, great straight line speed from the McLaren.
That was awesome, great line speed, but Nico-san is all over the back of Kevin. Kevin knows he's just got to hold him off, and when he holds him off, he holds off Toro as well. So, with the Red Bull trying to defend his Constructors' Championship hopes alive, or trying to keep him alive, he's really got to try and hold him off, but DRS will be enabled this lap. It will only really be used after turn 9 in the first DRS zone, but until then, it's these two fighting, Tiaz and Ruben for the lead of the race. Ruben is all over the back of Tiaz. Tiaz has got that pace, both in the hot couple of tires, but they've got a medium runner chasing him behind, and we know he's ready to make a move anytime soon onto the back of Nico-san, but Nico-san's really defending him off now, and seems to be out of the exit of turn 4. Nico-san catches up to Kevin, is what we saw in the restart as well, and tries to look for moves. Wide goes Ruben a bit there, missing the apex, but still stays ahead second at that point.
Well, these four all on the same tires. It's only, Kevin, big snap of overstay then. And Nico-san goes through as well as Toro. And that's not what the man in P2 in the championship needed. Now Nilu, out of nowhere, where has he been this race, is looking to get involved. And he's going to go down the inside of this, well, I would say newly designed corner, but it's not that new anymore. 4 or 5 years or so it's been that way now. But Kevin, in the blink of a second, from P3 down to P6 then. And I remember I had a league race, or Kevin had a league race, I think on Wednesday, Wednesday. And he spun because he told me he pressed the ERS button, or the overtake button, too early. Hold up, Ruben now, and look at that, easy as you like taking candy from a baby then. Down the inside into turn 1, and quite a bit of lag there, Will. And the McLaren's appeared out of nowhere as well. But what I'm saying is he just went on overtake a bit too early, which of course lights up the race, and you get a bit of overstay. Luckily he managed to catch it, but that's also a corner where just if you carry too much speed in, the rear of the car just naturally wants to follow with and doesn't want to stay stable.
And let me just point out about Bradley, the person we're on board with now. He started from the back of the grid, so keep that in mind. He's 7th. And we've seen Rubens, he was at the back of the grid in Imola and finished 4th. So can we see another masterclass from Bradley? He's got Kevin in front of him, and I can only imagine that Kevin, not Kevin, Timo, did the exact same on the exit of turn 8, but Kevin managed to save it, and obviously Timo didn't. So we know they're eager to get back in the ERS, but maybe that was just the wrong time. And now Kevin is just getting comfortable once again, finding his grip again, and all over the back of Nilo, and I could expect him to move this time, but Nico-san is under pressure a lot now by these guys up in the front. Ruben is holding up Tiaz for the move down the inside. He makes it look too easy almost, but almost touching rears side by side, and Diaz takes the lead, but Ruben's not giving up this time. Ruben for the inside line, he's still on the outside now, and Slot Timo
front wing to rear wing.
That is crazy, and Diaz takes the lead of the race once again. Ruben looking at him, into turn 4, no, he's just going to stay back, and also Nico-san is covering off from Toro. He knows Toro is going to get that move. He wants to be up the front of Toro, and Toro goes a bit wide there on the exit of turn 4. Into turn 5 now, and he's all over the back, and the DRS train is about to get going once again. Got to keep an eye that they don't light up the rear through here. Only the Red Bulls have done it, not anyone else, unless the Ferrari did it, not too sure. But here he comes now, DRS once again, and can Diaz stay ahead this time? Well, it's probably the right strategy for Ruben just to stay behind and wait until the back straight.
Well, their front wings were glued to each other's rear wings. That's how close it was. Nico-san got a great run out of turn 2, but Ruben firmly slamming that door shut. All fair, just took the inside line there, and Nico-san nowhere to go though. If you go on the outside there, you will just wash out wide. But look at Toro. On those mediums, was that a warning for Toro? He went quite wide there, and we do know this game is very strict. And further up the road, you see the swap at the lead, and Ruben back ahead of TS. Well, Nico-san needs to defend from Toro, so he goes to the middle of the track then, which is a double-edged sword then, because you can compromise your exit. Luckily, Nico-san, an absolute monster when it comes to getting that traction out of any corner, especially the one we're coming up to now, which is turn 4. But it's the Alpine ahead of the Williams, then McLaren, then the second Alpine, while Kevin's still stuck by Nilu.
This is not looking good for the constructors, for Kevin, but we know Kevin's going to be angry again. But Toro gets a better exit of the corner. He's all over Nico-san. Nico-san covers the inside line, back onto the second DRS bar. Toro is so eager to get past him this time. Into turn 9 we go now on the first DRS straight now. And here he comes now. Is he going to do the move into turn 10? No, he's not. He's going to wait back. And it seems to be that Nico-san got the better exit of the corner. But we can expect to see another twist of the leaders again. But will it be Nico-san following through, and will it be Toro following through as well? That gap between Toro and Nilu is 4 tenths, which is quite crazy. And Nilu's doing a good job of holding off Kevin and stopping him from actually going up in front. So Toro, who was up in P11, is now P4. But here comes now the lead swap now with Tiaz into P1. Is it going to be Nico-san? No, it's not. But Toro on the outside line. He's going to look for it. He's eager to make it. Can he do it? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, and don't think he does it in time. Nico-san covers the inside line. And no, he just holds him off.
Nico-san needs to get past on the main straight. He needs P2 and P3. Well, he's in P3 now. He needs both of those to get past on the main straight, so he does not have to worry about Toro behind. Because Toro is a real threat here on those mediums. If he's managed to keep them somewhat in good nick, then he should have the best tires probably until like lap 30 or so, maybe a bit less then. But Nico-san needs a mobile chicane between him and Toro. P3 is a very dangerous spot to be now. You've got Toro right behind, and if you trip up with Toro, then you've got this man right here, Nilu, who's going to pick up the pieces now. Nico-san, I think he locked his race there in the braking zone, and well, he got a bad exit, but he's still right behind the top two, and now he needs to get past them just so he has that safety net. Let's see what's his ERS on Martin. Let's jump on the McLaren. 75%, and he is using the overtake now to try and get the jump on the driver without DRS, and that driver's Tiaz, and he's going to get the pair of them, and he's now looking behind Ruben then, but he's going to stay behind Ruben. Oh, Toro with a big lunge. Toro 3-second time penalty. That was a big lunge, late braking from the Alpine, and it did not work out, and once again, Will, Toro with a late race 3-second time penalty.
Well, this is not looking good for him, but as I say that, Nilu looks to move down the inside into turn 4. Kevin is making that opportunity as well, because he sets Nilu off the racing line. Can Kevin look for a move? It's still side by side. Kevin slots down the inside, but Nilu gets a better exit of the corner. And that was the awesome racing there. And Nilu managed to stay back. Nilu found some grip somewhere, and either those medium tyres are not going well, or Nilu has got some incredible pace. But as I was saying, Tiaz drops not one but 2 positions. Nico-san, who was eager to get past, has finally done it. And Nilu really covering off. For some reason, the safety car glitch is still on here, but there's no safety car glitch, and we have got awesome racing up at the front. But look at that, Nico-san is putting pressure on Ruben. Now, this car, Ruben can actually try and run away because Tiaz is being held up by Nico-san, and we can expect to see him lose out now on the back straight unless Nico-san can manage to do it. He's actually getting closer this time. Nico-san for the lead of the race now in Spain, looking for a move down into turn 1, and he's done it. Can Tiaz do it as well? That's the question he has. Both follow through, and this is what Ruben had before, but drop back, and that's a gap there. That's a McLaren got round Dookie Monster on turn 12.
Oh, Ruben.
But literally sniffing the rear, but it's not enough.
Oh, I think there was a bit of contact there. The slipstream, even in the corner, helping the Alpine quite a bit then, and that can be like, if the car ahead just has a tiny snap of oversteer, then that's both of them saying hello to the barrier on the left-hand side of turn 3, but luckily they're still pointing the right direction, and the two Alpines are in P3 and P4. The quicker Alpine, you would say, is in P4, but with a 3-second time penalty. And tell you what, P1 to P8 are all in the same train, so that's going to drop Toro down far down the order then. As Stay Daisy has managed to get past Kevin somewhere. We've completely missed that then. And I think Stay Daisy is on the mediums then. So the Mercedes is also looking good. So the mediums seem to be the best race tire on this low fuel now, compared to the heavy fuel at the start of the race and before the first proper car then. Can he get a good run, a bit laggy then, as this server is cooked, I'm not gonna lie. Tiaz, can he get the lead off Nico-san then? Nico-san to the inside. Oh, sorry, that's Tiaz defending from Ruben despite having DRS, forced to go to the inside. He manages to just stay ahead though.
Nico-san with an absolute masterclass, staying in front of the pack. He's the only one that hasn't been overtaken on the DRS, which is incredible. But Daisy, who has been a member before, I believe, as Neto said a while ago, has managed to overtake.
Oh,
but that was
someone spun it,
wasn't it? Someone spun. That's Toro.
Oh, that's Toro.
Toro's top. Toro's dropped. He was up in 3rd position. No, 4th, I think. 4th position, and he's dropped. He's not going to be happy. He's got to catch up with Kevin. Kevin is actually further back still in 7th. But Toro got clipped, I believe, and I'll have to watch that back another time. But he got clipped and he's further back, but side by side now. Tiaz and Nico-san covers him off this time.
Hold up, I'm looking at a replay now.
And you can't see it,
Oh,
can you?
you can't see it on the replay, no, because you're on board with Rajic. And then as soon as you see that Toro is pointing towards the apex, that's when we cut on to him. But now Ruben, what an exit out of the final corner then. He's virtually got no battery. He's going to box Tias in behind the McLaren. Tias looking for some sort of space then. Further behind, Kevin looking to make the move. Tias gets P2 though. Nicholson dropping 2 positions. But now Tias, poor exit then. Snapper was to board. Oh, that was close. Wheel banging out of turn 3. This is Ruben's time to break the DRS to these two as they're fighting. However, Tias manages to recompose himself and gets up into P2, and that gap is now 7 tenths, which I doubt Ruben can pull 3 tenths to Tias now. But Kevin, he had a look at Stay Daisy, I believe. Stay Daisy now up to P4, so he managed to get past Nilu as well. So great pace from him then as he's looking to enter the podium positions with only 6 laps remaining after this one. The laps have absolutely flown by now, and we've had one of the championship contenders spin and drift away. Then down in P8 now adds 6 seconds to the DRS, and I doubt Toto will catch up.
Toro, the man known for bad luck, alongside Kevin as well. But both of them with bad condition. Who's that? That's Freaky Monster as well. Spins around exit turn 4. It's not the first time we've seen, but Ruben still leads. That's a big enough gap. It's a 5/10 gap. Can Tias close that in time? What was that? Ruben was actually being very smart and managed to hold him off. Kevin 1:13.8. We know it's pushing, and look, it's not going to be enough for Tias. Unless it is, looking for Ruben, no, it's not. And Ruben stays ahead into turn 1. He managed to pull that gap after fighting with Nico for so long. Daisy staying in behind as well. But Nilu, Kevin, and Bradley Toro, who's still not ahead of Bradley, which is, well, still not, that's not very good for him. You can see him trying to close that gap. The gap goes all the way down to P7 at the moment until Toro joins in, and it will be a P8. But Nicholson's not really staying on the behind, is he? He's trying to take it tight. Unless he's behind, and look at that snap of the rear as well. But Daisy is all over the back of him. Daisy's found the pace, and he's right on the back. But look, here he comes now. Onto the back of Nicholson, staying there. DRS opportunity. Doesn't look like got the better exit, but here he comes now. And no, I can't expect to see a move there.
Oh, Nicholson so hard on the exit, then we've seen how good he is on the exits, but those rear tyres, I think it's all come at a cost then. Tia's also struggling then, going a bit wide then, which is going to give Ruben just a bit more breathing room to, I think, a point where Nicholson won't be able to pass him unless he uses all of his battery. He does have quite a bit. Nicholson might get the lead of the race here as he's once again, Tias is going to be boxed in. Tias is trying to create some space here, trying to push the McLaren towards the inside. It won't budge then as Nicholson takes the lead, goes a bit deep into turn 2 though, and now Ruben gets a good run, but you can see that flashing light on the Alpine means he's charging the battery. He's waiting until lap 32 or 33, and as Tias wants to get by desperately, he was now boxed in twice. First by the Alpine, now by the McLaren, and still Stay Daisy behind them. Just wait. Oh, that's a big set by Tias, and that's not worked out. And Tilly Watt then, he's down to P6, and he's not happy about that. Then I think that was a stupid move to go for. I mean, turn 5, yes, you can overtake that, but from that far away, Nezo, your thoughts on that dive bomb? I guess
that reminds me of what Kamura Kobayashi did to Jensen Button in 2012. But the thing is, Kobayashi managed to get done and get wheel to wheel, front wheels to front wheels, and then the contact happened, so he didn't spin him round. That was never going to work for Tias. He's very much screwed himself over there, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think State Days is going to win this race now with those better tyres.
It seems like it, doesn't it? Because he's all over the back, but Ruben is now onto the back of Nicholson. Nicholson, who's led the race before, is now under pressure from Ruben. Here he comes now, down the outside as well, and makes it look way too easy. Can Daisy do the exact same? No! And Nicholson stays ahead. Can we expect to see him move later? I don't know, hopefully soon. But with Tias's crash, incident should we say, it's actually probably the exact same as what Toro did. Now, has Toro joined that pack or not? I don't think he has.
No, he's still 7.7 seconds behind.
He's actually dropped. It was quite close before. I think it was about 5, now it's 7. So it's really not going to get for him. But Daisy all over the back of Nicholson. And it's Nezo's predictions with Daisy winning the race. Well, we can hope to expect to see that soon. But I don't think with Ruben at the moment, I don't think Alpine will be confirmed construction champion. As I say that, Kevin gets overtaken by Tias. Angry Tias is ahead of the driver. We see him go from P14 all the way to it was P4. but then Remus, well, they all have penalties, and Remus managed to drop his way up to the top, which was very good from him. But caution further back, that is Dookie Monster, I think, again. I'm not too sure, but here we come now. Back onto the back straight. Is it going to be enough for Nico-san to take the lead? We've only got 2 laps after this lap, and that is going to be the interesting part. But yes, he will do him down the back straight, and he's done him down the inside. Can Daisy do the same? Oh yes, we can, and we can see the exact same.
Oh, it's side by side going into turn 1, the Mercedes and Alpine. The Mercedes just not aggressive enough. I think what Nico-san did there is block the Mercedes up, given Ruben, and that's a big snap of oversteer from the Mercedes, pushing very hard, and I think that might be the chances for the win. Done, and the move was just, they have committed. Nico-san covered the inside, so Stay Daisy had to watch out, while Ruben just had the clean line on the outside then, and then just pushing. It was actually on the exit of turn 3, which you don't see a lot. Usually you see it in the entrance or during the apex, because that's where the car is quite unstable. But yeah, P5 then, down in P5 I should say, and once again Nilu just capitalizing on other people's mistakes then, and now he's gonna try, is he gonna try and get into P2? Yes he is, that's a big dive bomb, and he's gonna go off the track himself. Through goes Tias then, Nilu and Ruben go off track, and Ruben is not gonna be too happy about that then, as now Kevin is side by side with him. Can Kevin hold it around the outside? This is huge. Ruben crashes, sorry, he almost spun, it was so close. This is for the Constructors' Championships, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin is going to throw everything he has at the Alpine then. Further ahead, Nico-san has got a nice buffer then towards P2 then, but that was a big, bold move by Nilu. Kevin now, braking as late as he does, he knows he can make up points on not only Alpine, but also Ruben in the championship.
And we've seen this before in Imola. The 2 contenders came together, and hopefully we don't see them do that again, because they both need to step ahead. But that was a silly lunge from Nilu, and I think that was a bit of a squirm there from Nilu as well, in 4th. But we've got our new race leader so far, Nico-san, holding off Tias. Tias down in P6, but he's managed to bring himself further up as well into P2 again. Daisy back in P3, and we've only got 2 laps of racing to go. Well, about a lap and a half now. But it is interesting. Who's that pulling off the side? That was Nilu saying Ruben.
He let Ruben, maybe he realised that move. Yeah. Or it certainly looked like
wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
he could tell it wasn't going to work, and at least he let him by. So, thankfully, no decisions usually should be made to get the, the move was let back through. But Nilu will look again, but he has got Kevin onto the back of him. Ruben 113.6. We know he's got pace, but here comes Tias for a move. Nico covers the inside line. Tias down the outside, and he's taken the lead of the race on the last lap of the Grand Prix. And Daisy is watching behind for Nico-san, wanting his first win, I believe. Might get a second, but he's all over the back of him. And for me, that 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. But Nico-san really not giving up this fight.
Oh, that's contact. Ruben sent it up the inside of Stay Daisy. Further ahead now, Nico-san has a look on the inside. There's more wheel banging going into turn 5 then. What an entertainment corner that is now. Ruben up to P3 then, and that is enough for the Constructors' Championship for Alpine, with also Toto picking up 4 points then, even with Kevin having the fastest lap then. But I think this is going to be the end, and can Nico-san find a way by? He has a look. He has a look, and he is so close to the Williams. Oh, and Stay Daisy spun it. Once again, 2 ego on throttle, down to P6 then, and I think it's going to stay on P6 unless here Nico-san and Ruben side by side through the final 2 corners. Then Ruben on the outside, is he going to be left space? No, he isn't, but side by side, Ruben picks up the final spot on the podium behind Nico-san as Tias wins it.
The man who qualified in pole has now won the Spanish Grand Prix, and in style as well. After getting knocked back into P6, he's worked his way back to the front, and Nico-san in second place after leading for so long. But just gets affected sadly. But Ruben there, third, just scraping third ahead of Nilu, and he was looking for second, wasn't he? But I don't think it has been enough for the constructors to be won yet, but I'm sure next round we can confirm them.
Oh wow, well, I was only here for about 20, 23, 24 laps, but my god, that was enough entertainment. And this season, Will, continues to deliver race after race.
I have to say, yeah, 100%. Nedzo, you can agree with me on this one because you've been with me for 2 of the rounds, haven't you? Imola, we weren't expecting huge drama, but look at that. Lap 33, I think it was, or whatever, how many laps they do. We saw a crash, and, the action was always there. And we're now in Spain, and we've just had a 7-way fight for the lead. I mean, say that in real F1, do you? Which is crazy. But there we go. Tiaz on the podium there, who wins there. So Tiaz wins the Grand Prix. Nico's then in behind. Third goes to Ruben, just staying ahead, but not getting enough to beat Nico-san. Fourth goes to Nilu. Fifth goes to Kevin. Sixth, Bradley. Seventh Bradley. Eighth, Toro. Ninth, Lucas. 10th, Remus. Over to you.
Well, just missing out on the points then, it is Werner, and right behind him is his teammate Froby. Then it's Vasquez, Osman, and Maverick, P13, 14, 15. And then Dookie Monker being lapped quite a few times. Then our DNFs are Dumplay Zero, Timo Van Dijk, Ryan, and Franenver. Most of those causing a safety car then. But that is it. And don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because it is time for the interviews. And I'm just going to see if I can get confirmation if Alpine did win it. Did he?
Because I think Martin's put it in the chat, yeah.
He hasn't put it in yet. We're just waiting for our director.
He's putting the main chat, not the commentary chat.
They did.
Sorry.
Okay. So
And we have
Alpine are the Constructors' Championships in VDRL Season 9. It's season, or is it Season 8? God damn it! I've been here too long, boys. My brain's I'm watching. It's Season 8. All right, it's Season 8 then. And I think for the 4th season in a row, could be 3rd. It's that driver partnership of Ruben and Toro, again.
And that was an incredible season so far, and we still have only got, is it 2 rounds left?
Yep, yep. We have USA and Abu Dhabi. I don't know which round in the US, to be honest.
And that is, it's in Las Vegas, I believe. And that is to confirm the drivers' champion for season 8. Well, I can't wait to see who that's going to be. It's between 3 people, isn't it? But I don't think Toro's in the fight anymore after having so many disconnects and unlucky races. But we will be heading down now to the interview, so stay put.
Oh wow, what a race! Well, we're just waiting for our top 3 to join in, ladies and gentlemen. But I think this really does follow that script, or that same script, as the rest of the season, right? Just like 4+ cars fighting for the lead, saved cars as well to bunch up the pack, and also a mix of strategy. We had some cars go medium hard, some hard medium, some pitting twice. Like State Daisy, and was up there for the fight, but just kicking the rear of the car out a bit too much then. Do we have P? Yes, we do have P3 in the call then, and it is Ruben. Ruben, congratulations! You are Constructors' champions. How does it feel? I think this is the 3rd time in a row.
Yeah, 3rd time in a row. It's really special for me winning the constructors, even though and I'm with Toro winning it. The thing is, and I'm most focused right now, is the driver championship. Even though I have finished ahead of Kevin, I could have finished even more ahead, as you saw with I don't know what turn is it? I don't care now. Nilu just I lost 3 positions. I mean, Nilu gave me back that position, but the Mercedes and the Williams weren't going to do that.
Yeah. Next race is in Las Vegas, and we know Las Vegas with the long straights and the DRS. Anyone can win that race. Do you think you or Kevin, do you think either of you have a better chance at winning that race or being ahead of each other?
I mean, Las Vegas is Las Vegas, only DRS. Only
Yeah.
that the only thing that matters on there is if you are smart to overtake earlier or later, and if you have the pace to put the others out. That it's very strange. So I think the champion will be decided in Abu Dhabi, not in Las Vegas.
Will, any questions for our constructor champion?
Well, Ruben, once again, congratulations. And from what I've read, it is your 4th time with Toro, which is incredible with you guys being the constructors champion. So congratulations with that one. With the incident with Nilu, were you expecting him to give that position back, or were you, well, was it just that case of just you got to try and knuckle down and overtake him?
I mean, I thought I didn't expect it, giving that he gave me the position back. I'm thanks for that, but yeah, the thing is, the 2 positions I lost aren't going back.
And that's all from me. So we'll be moving now to P1, as sadly Nicholson can't join us. So Tiaz, congratulations, the win you wanted, and your qualifying position as well. Pole, sorry. And well, talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was a bit eventful. Again, it was just trying to manage the race all the time. I didn't really want to be in P1 as much as possible. At the start, I did try to maybe pull away, but it was clear very fast that it wasn't possible. So at that point, I just tried to be like 2nd or 3rd all the time. And that kind of worked out until near the end of the race. Daisy wanted to overtake me, and being P4 that late in the race isn't really great. So I wanted to defend, and I outbroke myself, hit Ruben, and then spun. So that was not ideal. I think I did a great job climbing back though. I overtook Kevin pretty quickly with a very nice move in my opinion. Daisy made a mistake, so I re-overtook them, and I kind of baited Nilu into crashing into Ruben. Worked out perfectly for me, but unfortunately not for Ruben. I was basically trying to overtake Nilu, and just like I did a few laps before, Nilu outbroke himself defending for me, and he hit Ruben. So I could overtake the 2 of them, and at that point it was just managing between closing the gap to Niku-san, but making sure I had ERS as well, because I was very low after overtaking those 2.
And obviously, I'm going to go back to that crash you had. Seeing that lunch on the inside, did you really think it was all over, or were you confident you were going to get back up to the top and then win the Spanish Grand Prix?
I didn't think it was impossible to come back, but I wasn't expecting to win it. I was confident I could get back up to the podium though.
So congratulations on that one, and Yale.
I think you've covered it all, Will. You've done it. I had a question, and you just said it. Commentators working very well with each other. And I think that's where we're going to have to say goodbye for today, but not for the season, as the season is coming to an end, as is our time on this F1 game. Can't wait for F1 25. But first, we got to set out Drivers' Championship champion.
Yep. Well, that will be the interesting bit, won't it? But until then, thank you all so much for joining, and we will see you all in Las Vegas. So until then, have a great